Yeah.
Hello and welcome to
And now we're talking
Real Estate.
real
Whoop,
estate.
whoop. I'm your host, Jillian Stickney,
And I'm Michelle Patterson-Nip.
and together we talk about a lot of things real estate. We've been realtors for 20-ish years,
That's right.
and no,
And we just have lots to say.
lots
So
to say about real estate and things that aren't real estate. So please join us for that adventure. Hello and welcome to
and now we're talking
Real Estate.
real
Whoop,
estate.
whoop. And things non-real estate. But I
Yes.
think today it's going to be real estate because the last time we were in the studio, we were recording, but we had no
Yes.
audio. So I think we have
Yeah.
some video with no
We
audio.
have video, no audio.
Yeah. So we're gonna be. I mean, I don't love like recreating.
It's not really recreating because it's not like it's scripted at all.
No, it
And
isn't. And we have some topics, but
right.
um but
We'll
it's just like I
see.
know I've had the conversation before. It just to me like it's unfortunate because I feel like there's going to be some fun sound bites that are lost, but
Yeah.
we'll gain some new fun sound bites I think too.
Yes.
So,
Yes. As
y-
we always do, I think.
yeah, but that's why I was like, darn, we've lost a few. But
Yeah.
this is not okay. So this is also not the first time. We also had one other one where we didn't. It was earlier days and we didn't get it downloaded in time, and then it like turned into a pumpkin at the end of our session. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is not the first time. Unfortunately, it may not be the
I
last.
don't think it will be.
And
But
it was funny because we even said at the beginning of the last time, "Oh, should we do like a quality check or a test?" And
it's like Murphy's Law.
Mhm.
And we're like, oh no, we're
And
all
that's the thing,
pros.
because I don't think we had done one in a while. Or
No,
was that the
we
first time?
hadn't.
Anyways, yeah, neither here nor there. We lost some content,
Yeah.
so we booked in an emergency sesh, and we're
Yes.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, just the one that's most top of mind to me was the pets.
The pets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we were going to talk pets and real estate.
Yeah. Yeah. We love our pets.
Yeah, we love our pets. Michelle and I both animal lovers.
Yes.
And it's interesting because certainly, you know, obviously we're in people's homes, that sort of thing. And so, yeah, there's a lot of interaction with pets,
Yeah.
some positive, some negative, some just like, oh, like, in the middle.
Well, certainly when you first meet with the client, obviously if a dog comes running up to you, it's like, okay, red flag. We're going to have to deal with the dogs.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah, dogs can't be the Walmart greeters of our showings. Yeah. So yeah. So and that's just an extra, layer when you're booking appointments for people who have especially large dogs and like work during the day, that sort of thing.
Right.
That's an extra component. But to me, I more wanted to just talk about the fun little stories
Little
that
anecdotes.
yeah, anecdotes that come along the way. And so I don't even remember. Well, I think what had made me think about this is I had an offer in on an acreage recently, and right along with being a used furniture salesperson, which, as you know,
Yeah.
I hate. So when you're doing acreages, you get the ride a mower, like more kind of equipment.
Mhm.
It's like used furniture sales, but acreage
Yeah.
styles. And
Which I think needs to have a little bit of a pass, right?
oh,
Because
totally.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that one I have more.
patience for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say I'll allow it, but that might be strong. But I'll have more patience for that one. So, and it was funny just because so we're negotiating, and he mentions I think like a ride a mower or something of some sort, and I had said, okay, well, if we get this pending and then actually sold,
Right.
then we'll sort of bring that in. And he'd mentioned, I think there was like goodness, it was something in skid steer or whatever. He's like, oh, that's the father-in-law's, that's not whatever. And then he's
Mhm.
like, but I did sell a cat once with the property. So that I was like, oh, because we're talking about equipment and stuff, do you mean cat like Caterpillar, like,
Right.
the
Right.
brand? And he's like, no, like a feline cat.
An actual cat.
Yeah, so a cat is a chattel. I've never had that.
No.
But I was saying I could
know what,
see how that
she-
could happen.
It's not a chattel, it's a cattle.
But awesome. So anyway, yeah, I've never had a cattle before, but I mean, I could see how there could be a time and a place. And my guess is with this, like, especially rural, like, let's say you
Right.
have like, a cat or two on the property and, there's like some outbuildings, they're mousers, maybe not as much of a pet,
Yeah.
maybe a bit more of an outdoor cat or lives in the shop or whatever. Like I could see that being a
Mhm.
pass. Or like, let's say you have an elderly seller, they're moving somewhere, maybe they have a cat, this cat's only ever known this home.
Right.
I have shown enough properties where, yeah, you meet the pets, like, depending on what the
Mhm.
pet is, and you're like, "Oh, well, this is just the loveliest little deer ever," and you're like, "Yeah, sure, let's
Yeah.
take it."
The pets at showings, like, sometimes it's so cute,
Yes,
right?
yeah, they're
Right?
really sweet, or, like, they'll give you like, if it's a cat, it'll give you a little tour of the home and, like,
Or
yeah.
follow you around.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like,
totally.
"Don't touch this."
Yeah, stay away.
That's
Yeah,
mine.
yeah, that's mine,
Yeah.
that's mine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's mine. No. No, and then also with these same acreage clients, I had shown up a little early to one and, like, was just waiting on the front step. It was a beautiful day, and of course, the cat was, like, all over me. It was a lovely
Right.
cat, and I kinda did
Right.
a little walk in the property, and it was like I, like, almost tripped over on 2 different occasions because it was so, like,
Yeah, sometimes they,
involved.
like, weave into your
Yeah,
legs, right? And
totally,
you're
yeah.
walking, it's like, "Excuse me?"
Yeah, so but
Yeah.
yeah, they like to be part of it, and so, yeah, so cats are just like or pets are a fun little side note, but cats
Mhm.
would be the most common because a lot of times, like, they will remove dogs because I mean,
Right.
various reasons,
Right.
Yeah. So
But the other thing too is like maybe in those situations where somebody is moving, and this can come up a lot, is whether there are pets allowed in their next
mhm.
home,
Yeah.
right? Like if you're going to a condo, and there's still like condos out there where it's like no pets,
Yeah.
no, absolutely no pets allowed.
Yeah, which I mean, dogs, I can understand because they're coming in and out via the common property. So let's say you're an apartment style condo, on the 4th floor, you're going
Yeah.
down like several times a day to take your dog out for a walk, whatever.
Hmm.
People have allergies or they're worried that, I mean, basically bylaws always have a caveat where it's they have the right to refuse the pet down the road. Like if it's a nuisance, like, destroying public or the
Common
property,
property.
the
Yeah.
common property or yeah, barking, that sort of thing. So, and that's always, I mean, I've never heard of that happening,
You
but
know
they
what?
have that caveat for sure.
I have a client when she called me, and it was the instance for her mother. She's been in this home for a long time and living there with the cat. And I don't know if it's just like some internal fighting was happening with some of the
Ooh,
other people.
politics.
Yeah. In the building. And then all of a sudden, like it became known. I think the cat had been there forever, but it was going to be one of those things where she was potentially gonna get
Get
kicked
the boot.
out
Yeah.
kicked out of her or at least the cat gets kicked out,
Yeah. Yeah. That's the
right?
thing. I don't think they can force you to sell, but they can force you to not have the cat.
Right, and then it's like a decision, it's like, oh, are you going to part
With
with the cat
yeah,
or
the condo.
the condo?
Cat versus condo. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no, and that's where condos, I mean, they're not my favorite. They're better than renting your whole life, but
yes.
yeah, yeah. So, but yeah. Where were we? I feel like we sort of got sidetracked. Yeah, but honestly, yeah, pets are often part of the transaction in many different ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, so another fun little so of course where the gentleman did a cattle, sort of a chattel. Then it got me thinking and I was like, oh, this could be a fun little topic for the show. Because years ago I had some clients and they had purchased a home in Millwoods. And,
Yeah.
as we've discussed, Millwoods is kind of like a city itself. It's a very big community for any listener who's not familiar, but um and so they bought this home and took possession. And I guess the old owners had moved to another home in Millwoods, but it wasn't even, I can't remember the neighborhoods anymore, but it wasn't even like, oh, it's just the neighborhood next door, like adjacent
Right.
neighborhood. Or I think it was like few neighborhoods over. And, but basically right after they did the move, like moved into their new home, they promptly went on vacation. So this cat is like, somewhere where it's like its owner's
Not
is
used
it.
to
It's not its
being.
home.
Yeah,
It's like,
can't
oh,
find the owners.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm going home.
Yeah.
So
Where are my people?
yeah, totally. So literally my clients call me and they're like, the cat came back. So
It's
this
like that
cat,
Fred Penner song.
sorry, I don't know Fred.
You don't know the Fred Penner song?
Oh, the
The cat
yeah.
came back the very next day.
Oh yeah. Oh, fine. We'll admit it. I do. It's my
Yes.
favorite. No. Yeah, I do remember that. No. Well, animals actually, and I think
Yeah.
especially cats, have a very good tracking. Like,
Yeah.
you could literally drop an animal off in Calgary and it would make its way back home. Like, and there's been stories like that.
Oh,
you know?
definitely.
Yeah. So anyway, so the fact that this cat, made it like 5 or 10 miles, no big surprise, right? But so it's just kind of funny because my clients call me and they're like, "Oh, like the cat showed up," and I was like, "Oh, well, okay, I'm gonna call the other agent." So I did, and he reaches out to his clients, and oh, sure enough, they're away, and we kind of figure out that's what happened, right?
Right.
But it was so funny because my clients had, I'm pretty sure, I know they have pets, but I feel like a cat and a dog, and I think it was a big dog and whatever, and so they ended up, but they
Okay.
were like, no, but they were like, can you hold on to the cat till we get back? Which they did, but they had to keep it in the garage because they had their own pets and
Right.
stuff. But it
Oh,
was
yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, it was just kind of funny.
But hang on, like flag on the play here. So how long how long were these guys gone for?
Oh, their vacation, like a week or like it wasn't like, oh, we're gone for a month. It was like a summer holiday. Like, oh,
So like
we're
a week?
yeah,
Or,
yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
again, this was like literally at least 15 years ago. Like this was a
Right.
long time ago, but I
Right.
just remember it because it's such a funny story. But it wasn't they're like, oh, can you take care of it for like the next month or two? It was like a week
2
or
weeks.
something.
Well, it just kind of got me thinking, like, how long
How long is
do
too
you
long?
leave? Well, yeah, how long do you leave your cat away for? Like, that's one of the things I love about cats, right? Because they could take care of themselves. You
Yeah.
just leave them
Litter and kibble.
food,
Yeah.
decently clean litter.
Yeah.
They don't mind.
Well, and obviously, it's probably like was an indoor-outdoor cat too, I'm assuming.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Like, there's all sorts of like, I mean, it probably could have sustained itself indefinitely. And they maybe had someone looking in on it. Like maybe they had literally just left the cat, like spent a night on its own and was like, "What's this? I'm out." Like again because it was so long ago. But that story I'll always remember that one because well, it's just
It's
kind of
funny.
cute, yeah. And that's the thing. Like it's kind of interesting. Just on a side note, here is like almost every file, like I think 9 out of 10 have like some sort of story, and it's not necessarily
Yeah.
anything bad or like that was hard to deal with, but it's just like life
Mhm.
is so prevalent in real estate and the
Mhm.
transaction, and it's just kind of funny the things that come up, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so
You
that
don't
was,
learn about it in school. Nobody teaches you how to
there
deal
was-
with these
Yeah, we
things.
didn't have a pet chapter when we went to real
No.
estate school.
No. So speaking of which, have you ever had to with showings and with dogs, like in order to make the
I'm gonna
showing
say
happen?
yes. I know where we're going.
Yeah, in order to make the showing happen, they're like,
Yep.
I can't get home. I have to remove my dog. Ugh.
Yep.
Have you ever offered to?
Yes, I know for sure I have walked one dog, definitely.
Yeah.
And then another time I offered and my client was like, "Oh no, like they're going to send one of their kids over or something."
Right. You take care of it.
Yeah, and I mean both of them it depends so much on the situation, but yeah, they were both sort of like I'm going to say 7-figure homes and also like sort of close enough. It wasn't like I was driving for an hour, like one was sort
Mhm.
of in the mm,
In the neighborhood.
yeah, Tuileries area. The other one was actually like in Glenora and stuff, but pretty sure I lived in Brander then. But you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it was, yeah, like it wasn't like, oh, okay, I can be there in 10 or 15 minutes and I'll
Yeah.
take the dog for a little tool. But yeah, I still remember walking one client's dog and I know I'd offered another time and she was like,
Yeah.
oh no, I'm gonna send so and so over. Like,
Right.
you don't have to do that. But
Right.
yeah, but it's yeah, definitely the things we do to kind of make things work, right?
Make the showings happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Get stuff sold. So
Well, and I've had people that are like just deathly afraid of cats.
yes, or dogs.
Yeah.
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 Well,
And the dogs, typically you're not going to run into a dog at a showing, right? I think the dog owners are usually pretty good at either they put them in their
in a kennel.
doggy daycare
Oh,
or a kennel or whatever.
Well, I was gonna say even a kennel in the home. Like I've definitely shown that. Again, I commented to these clients recently when we were out looking at acreages. There was 2 really cute cats in the house already. We went into the garage, and there was 2, like, kind of big dogs, and I don't know exactly the breed, but I would say sort of something that could be on the side of aggressive, and they
Yeah.
were the sweetest, and they didn't make a
Mm,
peep, and they just looked at us, but they weren't, like, judging us. They were just like,
right.
"Oh, hey," and, yeah, and they were just in the kennels in the garage, like, we didn't even know they were gonna be there, but they were just, yeah,
Yeah.
well behaved and
Yeah.
quiet and, yeah, kept to themselves. So but yeah, you will see, like, a cat obviously roaming out and about with showings, but, yeah, hopefully you're not gonna have a dog coming at you just because, yeah, some people are afraid and, oh my god, I'm just remembering something. I was gonna say, and some people are allergic. I had a listing once, and this cat I have a cat. I
Yes.
I grew up, like, on a farm. My dad was a veterinarian. Like, I'm very animal forward. I
Right.
have a horse, obviously, too. Like, I
Right.
really love animals, and, this cat, whoa, scary. Like,
Really?
and there was an agent who called me once, like, panicked. She was like, the cat's basically between me and the door. Like, she was like, and I knew this cat, and I was like, "Run!" No, just kidding. But this cat was
Oh my
like
gosh.
the scariest cat I've ever met.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So,
Oh,
yeah, anyway, so fair, fair. If
yeah.
people are, because I've even, yeah, I love animals, and I've
Yeah.
definitely been, uncertain about a few that I've come across.
Mhm. Mhm. I remember though too, like when I'm inputting a listing and they have those categories of like features,
Mhm.
right? And one of the features is no animal home.
Yeah.
And I was always a little hesitant to like now, right? I'm hesitant to put that because then I think maybe people will assume that you can't have animals in the home or
Right.
in the condo itself. But
Right,
it's for
especially
those
when you're listing a
people,
condo, yeah.
yeah, those people with allergies,
Mhm.
knowing that, especially if it's a place that has carpet,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's like next to impossible to get rid of all that dander,
Yeah, and
that
especially
kind of
how
developments.
sensitive or strong your allergy is,
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
So,
so, yeah, the no animal home feature, which is, like, don't get that confused with, like, a bylaw or a restriction, right?
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. It's funny because that's never really struck me, but,
Hmm.
so,
Well, I've had people who were kind of confused about it before.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I could see that, but I
yeah,
just hadn't, just because I guess from base level, I kind of knew the difference, but I could see if
yes,
someone just sees that randomly on a highlight sheet for a property and it says no animal home, it's like,
yeah,
"Oh, I can't have an animal here," especially if it's
yeah,
a condo, right?
yeah.
People can't tell you what to do other than the city
No,
bylaws. Like, you are allowed. So of course you see people who have definitely more than they're supposed to in the city too, right?
oh,
Like,
for sure,
yeah,
for sure.
there's definitely that.
Well, don't you remember now it's probably been about 15, 17 years ago. It was a huge issue with these cat lady houses
Oh,
where they're houses that are beyond repair, like AHS had to come in, or Capital Health at the time had to come in and put like, no, it's not fit for human occupation anymore because,
because yeah, there'd been so many cats living there for so
yeah.
long.
And then people get nose blind
Oh,
and they don't know
well,
what's
I mean, come
happening.
on, like, nose blinded versus, like, no nose at all. Like, I mean, to not, like, and
Nose,
that's, yeah,
yeah, no
yeah,
nose.
yeah, to
Yeah,
be, yeah, like, I mean, a cat house, like, and that's the thing, like, sometimes you'll come into a house and you would never know there's pets, but you
right.
do learn that there's pets, and then sometimes, oh yeah,
Yeah.
um, but, what was I gonna say? Speaking of that, do you remember, wasn't there, like, some sort of a rabbit infestation in a house? And I
Oh
feel
my
like it was in,
gosh.
like, Haddo or something.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
I never
it's
heard,
just,
I don't remember
that just
that.
made me think of
Yeah.
that, and it was a little while ago, maybe not as long as that cat house kind of situation, but, yeah, I don't, you don't run across it that often, but it
Yeah.
happens, right? And just, like, some animals will be quite destructive to homes, like
Mhm.
shredding carpets, chewing on
Mhm.
wood,
Mhm.
all sorts of things, scratching at doors. Screens, my favorite.
Gosh.
Uh,
Gosh.
yeah, but, one thing that I always kind of, so of course I love seeing a cute little kitty
Yeah.
giving us a tour, maybe there's, like, a friendly dog that's, like, in a kennel or whatever, but, uh, whenever I walk into a room and there's an aquarium with a light, I love
Uh-oh.
a water aquarium. I like
Yeah,
looking at fish, but
yeah,
like if it's reptilian or something of that variety, I like
right.
literally like I do a little start and I like basically typically don't go over there. Like I'm half compelled, like, like kind of like a car accident,
Yeah.
you don't want to look, but you and but yeah, I don't like anything creepy crawly. And then sometimes you can't see them because they're like
No,
hiding.
and
And
they
then I'm
have all
like,
those cool little nooks and
yeah.
crannies
But then
that
I'm
they
like, are
can.
they loose in the house? Like I would yeah, so that's like I'm all for like cats, dogs,
Yeah.
hamsters, fish, whatever, but birds, oh my god, birds are funny too because sometimes they
Oh,
like
birds.
they have like words or whatever. And there
Mhm.
was one, oh my god, I forgot about this. There was a bird in a house and it would give you like that I'd shown. Sorry, there was a bird in a house that I had shown
Right,
like literally 20 years ago. That's why I'm like, because I remember these clients, they bought something, lived there for years, got transferred to Calgary. That was still like a decade ago. So I'm like, this is
right,
literally 20 years ago. We
right.
were looking at this house and it was trained to like, or I don't know, but it would give you the middle claw.
Oh,
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
way.
So he's giving you the finger, but it was a claw. And
Oh
he
my
was, and
gosh.
just like watching you and not happy. I mean, he was in a cage,
Yeah,
thank God, but he was
yeah,
not happy that you were in the house. And I think I
yeah.
remember like I was kind of, given a little warning, which let's talk about that. You'll
Yeah.
walk into a freaking like, a whole entire zoo and they haven't even told you,
Oh gosh. Yeah.
which is sometimes like, so this is okay. There's one more cat story, and this we'll segue to this. So again, years ago, I was showing, and opening up the key safe.
Let's go
What?
back, but were you done with the bird story?
Well, no, he's just giving us the middle finger.
Okay.
But yeah, no, and it was scary. Like it kind of like it was staring you down. It
Yeah.
wasn't just like casually like ha ha. Like it did not like you being
Right,
in the house,
right,
basically.
right,
But I think with that one, and it was so long ago and so odd. But I think the other agent was like, "Hey, this is gonna go on.
right.
Like it is
Don't
what it is."
yeah,
But yeah, like he's
yeah,
in a cage and he's not gonna do anything, but it might throw you off a bit,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So, anyways, so I was showing a property. Me and my clients are on the front steps. I'm getting the key safe out, and of course it's summer and whatever. And this cute little cat comes trotting up and
Mhm,
onto the front porch and all friendly and like, we're opening the door. It's like it walks in. It's
mhm,
like okay,
mhm.
cool, like letting the cat in. And I think it was an elderly seller or something, so they were home. And it's like, hey, it's Jillian, here to show your home, da da da.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, and I let your cat in." And he's like, "I don't have a cat." So, it was
But
no problem. Like,
he must have looked like he owned the place.
oh yeah,
Like
the
most
cat, yeah,
cats do,
totally.
right?
I'm like,
Like,
yeah,
doo-doo-doo.
oh, totally. Well, that's the thing, right? And so, and no big deal. Like he was obviously a very friendly cat, so I just
Yeah,
picked him up, plopped him outside. But ever since then, and again, that was like could have been 20 years ago at this point too. It's like
right.
I never like if a cat's in, even though like I'm pretty sure it's an indoor outdoor, I do not let it out. And if it's
Yeah,
out, I do not like
yeah.
it is where I found it. And but that can be, there's an expression hurting cats. It's not
Oh
easy.
my
So like
gosh, no.
they can be slippery suckers. And so
Slippery.
so I don't like it if I show up to so that one where it was cute. I actually my clients and I with the really sweet dogs, even though they were kind of like bigger, aggressive type breed and stuff.
Right.
And but the cats were really cute, the dogs were really cute. And I was like, oh yeah, like this like property is like an 11 out of 10 for pets and stuff. But it was like it would be really nice if the other agent's like, hey, like let like don't let the cats out, let like or like a little
Yeah,
instruction when like there was 4 animals in the home and
right.
we knew nothing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
because like even with those big dogs, like someone could be really scared of them, even though
Oh,
they're
yeah,
kenneled in the
yeah.
garage. Like just I don't know. I think it's kind of a courtesy if there's ever pets to at least make some sort of comment either when the showing's booked or in the realtor remarks. But because
Mhm.
one of the cats tried to get out and me and my clients are like, heading it off and stuff. And it's just like I'm sure it could go out, but like
Yeah.
I don't want that on my shoulders,
No,
or like on
no.
my conscience, right?
Don't
So
don't wanna be responsible
yeah,
for a
yeah.
yeah,
So
missing pet.
oh my goodness, yeah, I don't even want to go there. But yeah, so anyways, so yeah, pets are definitely just kind of like, another layer that certainly maybe people might not think of when they
No.
think real estate. But
Yeah. Well, they definitely make it fun. I know for me, like we've had a cat for a long time, but passed away probably about 5 years, and we haven't gotten another one yet. So whenever I see a cat at a showing, it's like my chance to get my little
Yeah,
cuddles
your
and
little
my little
feline
pet
fix.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
totally. No. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like it is always fun. And it's interesting. Like I'm always like visiting with the pets, but like
Mhm.
some of your clients they could care less and some are like right up there too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. So I mean, and there's some pets who are just gonna hide the whole
The
showing
whole
anyway.
time.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially cats. You'd be like, oh, there's supposed to be a cat in the house, but well, that's
It's
the
like,
thing.
never
Like,
saw them. Yeah.
because I'm always really like sometimes people in the summer will be very kind of loosey goosey with the front door, or let's say you're going into the
Yes.
backyard and they
Yeah.
just like open the back door or the patio door, like walk out. It's like I'm always like open close, like
Yeah.
because if there's a cat hiding somewhere and it gets out or whatever, but it's just yeah, like just things you sort of learn along the way. But it's
Mhm.
just yeah, sometimes your clients aren't really thinking about that, especially if they're not animal owners or whatever. So
Right.
yeah, all these little sort of just extras.
Well, I think letting the cat in, and then the cat didn't even belong there. That's gotta be a first, like,
It was a first and a last.
and a
That's why it's
last,
like
yeah.
these if they're in the house, they're in the house. If they're out, they're out, and that's that. And I know 99% of the time it's like, "Oh, this is an indoor-outdoor cat, and I'm not letting it do its thing," but
Right.
not on my watch.
Yeah.
Not on my
Yeah.
watch. Yeah,
Yeah.
someone else can do that, so
Well, and that's the other thing too, it's like sometimes you have these cats that wanna come in, and it's like, "Nope, you weren't in."
yeah.
It's like, if you were in the house, you're gonna stay in the house.
Mhm.
If you're outside the house by the time I came for the showing,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
gonna be
exactly.
staying out. I'm not
This is
letting
your
you in.
status for the next 30
Yeah.
to 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
unless there's a cat door that I haven't seen or,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, and then you're on your own. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. Yeah. No,
Mhm.
totally. So yeah, so that's just an extra fun component. I'm just trying to think if there's any other.
No, I mean, other than the fact that it's just, like you say, another layer
Mhm.
that you have to consider. Also, like when you're talking about condos and stuff, I was out showing someone a condo and they really loved it.
Mhm.
And then we found out, oh, like no pets, absolutely no pets allowed. And even though they didn't have any at the time, they didn't wanna proceed because they didn't know if, like,
They didn't
in the
wanna pigeonhole
future,
themselves.
yeah,
And not
yeah,
only
in the
that,
future, they might want to have a pet.
resale.
Yeah,
Like, I think there's certain condos out there, it's interesting because the condo market, especially the apartment style,
yeah,
it's rough.
because there's
Um,
so many of them,
there's
right?
so
It's pretty
many. It's just, yeah, it's interesting because, like, single family ownership prices have kind of been going up and being strong,
mhm,
but, like,
mhm.
condos are really tough, and, I think there's probably, like I wouldn't say just, like, your most generic building, like, loosen up your pet bylaws and you're gonna see but I bet there's some condo corporations, like, complexes out there, if they went to starting to allow pets, like, it would
Yeah, it might
improve
change. Yeah,
their saleability a bit. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, which, like, they kinda need right now. Like, that's just an angle that, like,
Well, that's the thing.
complexes could look into, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it's certainly one of those things that you can put in your criteria,
Mhm.
right, in terms of restrictions, right? So if you have, okay, we don't want to see properties that have pet restrictions, like
Yeah.
your property isn't even going to come up as a potential.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, totally. Then we get to, like, has the agent loaded the listing correctly? Because I would say I think, okay, so if there's a condo listing that has pet restrictions, under restrictions, so this is where we're talking about, it could be an 18 plus
Right.
complex. Like there's a few things that might turn a buyer off or might not work for a buyer. But a lot of times you can put in that field not known, which a lot of
Yeah.
agents do.
Yeah. Or
So
see remarks.
yeah, and then there's nothing in the remarks. um, but yeah. So anyway, but certainly yes, if you know that pets aren't allowed, or there's usually what it is it's what is the I'm trying to
Board
think.
approval.
Yeah, board approval. Yeah, it's like pretty much always it's like, yeah, we allow pets, have to have board approval. And typically they are approved as
Yeah.
long as they fit the bylaws or the criteria, because usually there's a number, like one or two. Two is your most that you're gonna
Hmm.
get in, especially in an apartment building, and then size restriction too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like for dogs. You can
And
be a fat cat.
It'll it'll be interesting to see if that changes as our population gets older too, because, well, I think like 20, 30 years ago, it wasn't as common. to have pets, but now, like, pet is such a huge industry,
Yeah.
and people love their pets. People
Yeah.
like having pets,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
So, because
Mhm.
I just know of some beautiful condos along the river valley that do not allow pets at all.
Mhm.
And then you walk in there and it's like, typically like older
Yeah.
people who are living there. So they want to see a little bit of a change in their demographic. Allowing pets might be one way to do
Well,
that.
and changing the value in the building a bit,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, some people might see it as a negative if they're really not into pets, but I think the majority would see it as neutral to positive. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
There was one other thing. Oh, just about pets because it's a little shout out, but it was something where it's like basically they only until well, whatever, we won't get to that, but they
Right.
only enrich your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it was something like I read somewhere sometime where it's like, oh, like say someone's pet's a name to them and they immediately smile. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like,
Mhm.
so,
Mhm.
so to be restricting these cute little fur faces is
Yes.
just, yeah,
Yes.
it's a crime.
Well, there's a reason why. There's a whole, category for support pets, right? Like if they didn't, and I know they're not included in
Yes,
pets, right? If it's a
if you
support
do have
animal.
a therapy animal
Yeah.
or what, it's not called a support. What's it called? There's a name.
Okay.
Therapy dog, support dog. I don't know, but yeah.
Emotional support
Yeah, emotional
animal.
support,
Yeah.
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 Hair. There was there was a I remember there was a rabbit on, on TV. This was, like, kinda COVID. It was they were at a ball game or something, and there was someone in the stands, and they had their, like, literal, like, actual and I think it was, like, a hare, not like a little
Yeah.
bunny, but
Yeah.
so we were calling it a care hare.
Aw.
Yeah.
So cute.
So, yeah, anyways, so Michelle and I are pro pets. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Just don't, just give us instructions. Let us know if
Yeah.
we're allowed to let the
Because,
it out.
I have chased after animals if, they get
Oh,
out somehow
totally. Yeah, you're
and
not. Yeah.
the place isn't fenced and you're
Oh
like
my god.
running down.
No, I know
And to
that.
them, it's a game. They're like,
They're like, oh, we're
sucker.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
No.
Oh, good
No.
times.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. Well, I think that's it's a wrap on
Yeah.
pets, but who knows? We may dip back into this topic down the road if we have some new cute fun anecdotes.
For
So
sure.
or if
For
we
sure.
remember anything else. So anyways, as always, thanks for listening,
Yeah.
everybody.
And have a good day.
Yeah, we'll catch you next time.
Yep. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening.
Yes, you can follow us on Apple Music, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you find your podcasts.
And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.
Take care.
Bye for now.
Bye.